Hello everybody, and welcome to a, Big Brother extravaganza of an episode. We have so much to talk about on today, the 15th of August. Everyone, I'm not kidding you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages of notes. And that's not with our clips. We have a freaking lot to talk about. Because so much has happened, and I didn't even know how to make sense of it all. I was like, I have to start making bullet points, I guess. I just have to start making bullet points. Of course, first, I need to let you all know, if you've missed any of our shows, YourRealityRecaps.com/BB21. You can check out the shows with house guests there. You can check out our past shows, see where you're placing in the trash draft, get the live feeds, flashback times, spoiler graphic. It's all over on our website for this season, all the past seasons, and a ton of your other favorite reality TV shows. Of course, we cover more than just Big Brother, so click around our website tabs at the top. If you guys don't have the feeds, YourRealityRecaps.com/feeds is where you can get them, or if you'd like to watch for free, YourRealityRecaps.com/updaters. You can become an updater for us, watch the feeds for free. We would really love people for late night or on the West Coast. So fill out that form, win prizes, promote yourselves. It is so much fun. Lastly, we are live every single day on TV Code doing our Big Brother shows, as well as on YouNow. So make sure you follow us in both places so that you guys can see all of our shows that we do. Yes, we do 2 shows live every single day. I mean, technically 3 if you count the late night Twitch shows. So there's that. And if you want to keep these shows going and help financially support them, YourRealityRecaps.com/patron for the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways, weekly shows just for patrons, the after shows with this season's house guests. That's where the tea gets spilled. John's cooking shows and meal kit giveaways. It's all in the patron group, or you can do a one-time donation at YourRealityRecaps.com/PayPal. Of course, if you have any Amazon shopping to do, YourRealityRecaps.com/Amazon. You don't pay any more. It really helps us as well, as does just sharing our stuff, retweeting it, liking it. You're in TV Co right now. Hit the 3 little dots, share the show, let people know we're live. If you're on YouTube, thumbs up and subscribe. Leave a comment below. iTunes, a 5-star rating and a nice review is very much appreciated. And if you're listening on iTunes, people are like, where's the video on iTunes? The iTunes versions of our daily live feed update shows, it's just audio, everyone. Just audio. It's too much money for me to host the video of, the daily show. It would just be way too insane. But you can watch them on our website. If you're listening, you can watch the video version of this on the website. And then I guess for real, lastly, follow us on Instagram. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. You guys, I don't even know where to start. I mean, I guess we need to cover what happened even before the shit show that started so late this morning. I think like 5 o'clock, I think my time is when it really started to get insane. But we kind of need to go way back to earlier in the day yesterday, when I really feel like the root of this all kind of came from Nick. I know a lot of us are blaming Nicole, and I'm gonna blame Nicole a little bit on this show. Remember how on yesterday's live feed update show, I said, I wasn't going to give Jess any shit, and she gave us a really great week. Jess gave us such a great week. That, all right, she's in a little bit of a slump. And I'm going to give her a pass because of what a great week she gave us. And maybe she just needs to get her bearings again. And then we're going to have, great Jess back. Jess can eat a dick. Oh, I am pissed at Jess. Jess is on my list right now. Nick is on my list right now. And I don't know what Nicole's doing either a little bit. All right, so let's go back to the beginning of I'm going to blame this all on Nick. So, basically, Nick was kind of hearing that, Christy was kind of safe. And that, that Christy was safe, that Tommy is safe. And because Nick is basically playing both sides of the house. And he's hearing things from both sides of the house. Nick has been very much a little rat snake yesterday. So without people directly telling him, just the fact that he keeps hearing, well, Christie's safe from the Hollies and the Jacksons, and then if they're also safe from the with the Cliffs and the Nicoles, then does that mean that I'm the target? So Nick kind of started feeling like I might end up being a target here. He's Jersey's finest, says Duchess in the gym. So because Nick starts to feel like, oh God, maybe I'm the target and everybody's lying to me, he goes to Jackson and Holly and he kind of makes a deal with them. He goes to them and basically says, hey, I'm not going to come after you. You guys don't come after me. I just want to make sure that we kind of have this deal here so that everybody knows we're all cool and nobody's going to go after anybody, right? Right? And Holly and Jackson are like, okay, that's cool. That's fine. Meanwhile, Kat decides that she needs to now go and also make a pitch to Jackson. And says, I'm sorry, not to Jackson, to Nick. Kat goes and says, I'm going to make a pitch now to Nick. And she literally goes, Nick, aside from all the reasons that I should say, I think I'm good for your game for this reason. I think I'm good for your game for that reason. What I really want you to know is, I think we could have been a thing. Yeah? If it wasn't for you and Bella, me and you could have done the New Jersey Dirty Shuffle. If it wasn't for you and Bella, and probably on the side, you and Tommy, you could have had your foot in my crotch this season. You could have been having your toes all up in my hoo-hoos, Nick. And Nick is kind of like, I hear what you're saying. Nick's kind of like, I hear what you're saying, but I find it really hard to believe that you're not working with Holly and Jackson because I know that Holly and Jackson are kind of voting for you. So something feels off and I have trouble believing you. So Kat is more just very much like, that's not true. I'm not going to do that. And then Nick is like, I guess I would just feel better if you flat out told me you were going to go after them. And she's kind of like, I'll go after them. And she's like, I'm not going to go after them, but I'm going to go after them. But I'm not going to go after them. But if you want me to tell you that they're going to go after them, did I mention that you're hot? Did I mention that I really would have been in a relationship with you? Let's focus on that. How do my boobs look? Nick. To the point of Kat trying to convince him that she's gonna go after Jackson and Holly and all these reasons why they should work together. Nick starts crying. He legitimately is moved to tears by Kat's pitch to him of, sure, I'll go after Jackson and Holly, and you look hot, darn for Bella, and we would make a really strong team going forward. I was like, is this a joke right now? I don't even understand what's happening. Why are we crying? Okay, so then Nick is like, well, I should also say this. Nick in this moment, it was very hard for me to kind of figure out, like, I know that Nick's a rat, and I know that Nick is playing both sides. Nick is going to do what's best for him. Even though we saw him earlier in the week pledge his loyalty to the Christies and the Tommies, and I'm going to win this POV for you, and I'm going to do it no matter what. And if you need me to tell the other side of the house that I'm not going to work with them, then I'm not going to work with them, and I will tell them, and I will let everyone know that I'm on your side. But now here he is, you know, still trying to make that alliance work, and make all these alliances work everywhere. I want to believe that his loyalty is to Nicole ultimately. I don't. I want to believe that his loyalty is to Tommy. I really don't feel like it is. I wouldn't say all of what we're going to talk about is him working against Tommy. I don't feel like he's working against Tommy, but I would not also say that he's... I mean, I guess he is working with him because it's not like he's directly selling Tommy out, but he's putting his own interest above Tommy's interest, and if there's collateral damage that comes back and hurts Tommy's game, Nick clearly doesn't care in this moment. But as we're going to see the theme of all that is transpiring, none of these people care about the collateral damage of what is going to happen to anybody's games as they blow them all up. So Nick... Yeah, Power Cheeto says Nick is only loyal to Nick. I 100% agree. So Nick now goes upstairs, goes to see Tommy, and he's like, hey girl, your package is looking great today. It's totally not a carrot. It's totally more a cucumber. I'm loving it. I'm loving everything that your penis is doing right now. And by the way, Kat downstairs just told me she wanted to hook up with me, and Tommy was like, girl, and he's like, I know, and he's like, girl, and they're like, what? No, I mean, yes, I mean, that was the subtext. I mean, that was the subtext of what was happening. The words that were spoken, Nick basically just says to Tommy, Kat really gave me a good speech. She gave me her pitch, and I honestly think she might go after Holly and Jackson. I think we should keep Kat in this game. And Tommy was like, did you hit your head? I knew that your hair is combed like really weirdly straightly forward, and I don't know if it's been like jabbing you in your brain, but that would be a stupid idea. Why would we keep her? This is the worst thing you've ever said. We're not going to keep somebody that literally has the ability to go to any single group that they want and remain safe. And Nick is like, are you sure? And Tommy's like, I'm sure. And Nick is like, all right, we stick with the plan. We're going to vote out Kat still. So Tommy was able to convince a weepy Nick, no, we're sticking with the plan. So at this moment, the plan is still on. Now, Kat is like, okay, I think I did really good pitching to Nick. So, I am now going to go and talk to Jess, who, by the way, has not really been in the loop of a lot of the things with people like Tommy and Christy the past few days. I think this is where a lot of Jess's frustration is going to come from. Again, we knew from her HOH, she was so upset about not being in any of the plans and not being included in things. And Christy and Tommy, like mainly Tommy during this HOH, but also Christy, did a good job in the beginning of the week of making Jess feel included. But that's kind of like slipped away for the last few days. And I mean, they planted seeds with Jessica this week. They very much said things to her like, you know, Jessica knew about that, the flip vote. I'm sorry, Kat knew about the flip vote, Jessica. She did not tell you about it. They were planting seeds of distrust in Jessica all week. but then they kind of like fell off the past few days, which has really allowed, I think, in a way, for Kat to kind of get some headway with Jessica. Because Jessica ultimately was going to vote out Kat because she realized that is, at the end of the day, what's best for her game. And if she has to, you know, do that as what's best for her game, she will. JJ Wisconsin says, you could say Jess has only been in the loop during her HOH this entire season, and even that's a stretch. I completely agree, JJ. Okay, so Kat pitches to Jess, and she basically says, look, we can make this happen. We just have to get Nick. We have to, like, be certain that we can have Nick. And if we can get Nick on board, then we can get me to stay. And Jess is like, you know, also, you might want to talk to Nicole. You, maybe. I want to talk to Nicole. I mean, I just have this feeling. You might want to call it one of Christy's intuitions. But I'm getting like a sixth sense, not in an I see dead people way, but in a way of information that comes to me from Nicole. But I'm not going to say that because we're not going to name names. So I'm just letting you know that perhaps you should talk to Nicole and make sure you have that vote. So Jess is like, okay, I guess we can do that. So then Kat now leaves that conversation. Kat goes over to Christy and Jess, and she makes this new pitch, which I have to say is the perfect pitch to make to Jessica of girl power, feminism. I wish I had like an underscore of a building symphony music I could play right now. 'Cause she is literally like, ladies, Jackson is a man with a penis, and he's really hurt my game. I want to take him out, ladies. Ladies, won't you help me take him out and complete my story arc? She used the word story arc. By the way, if you don't think that the GR is telling these people shit, I mean, oh my god. Trust me, Kat did not come up with story arc on her own, okay? She did not. She's like, arc? Do you mean arch? Like the golden arches, like McDonald's, like chicken nuggets? What's a story arch? Oh, story arc. Okay. She's literally telling them, like, Jackson came at me, and, you know, we are not good towards each other. Well, he's not good towards me in this game, and the way that he has talked to me and put me down, and he farts in rooms. Okay? I'm in a room, and he's in a room, and he farts on me. Do you guys even know what a Dutch oven is? Because I just learned that too. Okay? Because these are things that are happening to me from Jackson, and he hates women, and I, as a woman, need to band with you women, and we need to take out the man. Okay? I'm pretty sure we don't have a knife sharp enough to cut off his penis in this house, so I'm gonna need you to help me complete my story arc. And now, this is very much a good play from Kat, because she knows that Jess is all about, you know, empowerment and women power and yada, yada, yada. And Christy is kind of like, okay, sounds good. Hold on, let me consult with my intuition. All right, I'm going to take this in. I'm going to digest it. I'm going to digest it loudly. I'm going to digest it loudly with a lot of mouth noises. And I'm going to think about it. So thank you for that. Okay, now, as a side note, you might not be asking yourself this question, but here's what you should be asking yourself. Kat's pretty much making deals to everybody. How is she possibly going to honor these deals? How is she possibly going to honor going against Holly and Jackson to people like Cliff and Nick and Nicole and Christy and Jess but then also going to Holly and Jackson and being like, well, you're safe and I'm not going to go after you and I'm not going to do that. So, for starters, Kat's simple solution, and this was a lot of people's solutions earlier in the day yesterday. A lot of people were like, okay, we're just not going to win HOH. Simplest thing to do here is just not win HOH. So that's pretty much how Kat feels like, okay, this is how I'm going to get out of this. This is how I'm going to get out of this. And now, Jessica is like, oh, Kat, I really, now you did such a great job, Kat. I really appreciated your women empowerment speech. But do you remember earlier, like 15, 20 minutes ago, when I told you that you need to go and talk to Nicole? You're still going to need to do that, sweetheart. So Kat's like, I'm on it. I'm off to pitch Nicole. So she finds Nicole, she throws open the door, and she's like, hey, Long Island. Hey, Long Island, what's going on, girl? I was hoping that we could have a chat about men and how men are so evil and they'll never date an ugly girl like you. But I'm so pretty and I bet I could teach you to be pretty too. You wanna be popular? I'll help you be popular. I mean, it's literally what she did to Nicole. Granted, she made the whole entire... She basically did the entire feminism and women power and Jackson's coming after me and please let me finish my story arc before I melt. Don't throw water on me, Nicole. Don't do it. Help me, Nicole. And here's the thing. It's a great ploy to Nicole. It's a great pitch to Nicole because as we have seen time and time and time again in this game, Nicole goes towards the emotional pitch. The more emotional that you can make your pitch to Nicole, she's going to side with you. So the fact that Kat is there bearing her soul and being like, you know, let me finish this. Let me take out Jackson. I'm the underdog in this. You know what it was like to be the underdog, Nicole. You know what it was like to feel like the whole house was against you. Everyone came together for you. Give me that chance. I don't have that chance. I have nowhere else to go, Nicole. Please just help me. And Nicole is like, yeah, you're right. I probably should do this for that reason. And Kat, I believe Kat was even kind of like, Cliff got his storyline. Cliff's storyline is done. Cliff was going out of the house. He battled back. He got in. He made it for a week or two. He got his Cliff's Angels. Everything's great. Cliff doesn't need a conclusion to his storyline. But without this, what do I have? Please, Nicole, let me have something. And Nicole is kind of like, yeah, I think maybe that you're right. I just need to think about it a little bit. You need to like let me sit on it and think about it a little bit. So Kat is like, okay, you go think about it. I have shit to do. I literally have 90 more conversations to have. So if you're good, I'm going to like let you marinate. I've already let Christy and Jess marinate and Nick marinate. Now you're marinating. I'm going to go back to Holly and have a little Holly check-in. So now Kat goes back to Holly and Kat is kind of, and Holly says, I'm not really sure how you're going to justify not going after Jackson. Like, why would people believe you? It doesn't really make any sense. Like, we want to help you. We want to get you the votes. But I, Holly, am having trouble trusting you, Kat, that you're not just going to go after, Jackson or I. If you stay, it doesn't make sense. So now Kat realizes that she really can't stick to this whole, I can't win HOH. She has already made 900 deals. So not winning the HOH is going off the table rapidly. So what Kat basically says is, all right, I think I can do it this way. Obviously, if I stay, it's going to be by one vote. So we can clearly assume that one of the votes was going to be Jackson. So I can just tell the other people left over, look, I know what I said to you, but at the end of the day, I'm going to protect the people that voted for me. Clearly, Holly and Jackson were people that voted for me, so I can't go after them. So Holly is like, all right, I guess that could work. That seems like a pretty good plan. So that's kind of what their plan is at the moment. And P.S., I also love how we're acting like Kat's going to win an HOH. I love how we're acting like Kat is going to win in HOH here. I would also like to point out that is page 1 of 7 done, and we're 25 minutes in and haven't played a clip yet. Okay, here we go. We're doing great. Look, you need to know, we're not even up to last night yet. P.S. We're not even up to last night yet. You just need to know the foundation before we even get to last night. Okay. I would also like to point out that Kat has been, also letting people know Cliff is really wishy-washy. Cliff is really wishy-washy. And you have to remember, also in the beginning of the week, Kat and Cliff both said, we're not going to campaign against each other. We can campaign for ourselves, but we're not going to campaign against each other. By the way, this is probably one of my biggest pet peeves in Big Brother. Almost as much as when we're going to get into the alliance talk in a minute, and a deal versus an alliance. I honestly wish I had the time to make the fun mockery of the PSA videos that we used to do, because I would love to do one called Deal vs. Alliance. How to know when you're in an alliance versus when you're in a deal. There's no fucking difference. Video's done. Da-na-na, the more you know. Okay, anyway, it enrages me when people are like, I'm not gonna campaign against you. Anything you do is a campaign against them. You're campaigning against them right now. You saying you're not campaigning against them is part of you campaigning against them. Are you having a conversation with anybody saying anything? You're campaigning against them. Did you make a muffin or a cookie for someone? Guess what? You just campaigned against them. It's all campaigning against them. Oh my god. It's like when people are like, I'm going to backdoor them, and they played the POV. Okay, it's not backdoor. It'd help if you understood the game that you're playing. Just saying. Okay. I digress. I have clips, but we're going to get there. If I don't die first. Okay. Now, Nick goes back to talk to Jackson. And this is where the shit really starts to bloom. Like, Nick just planted the seeds of the chaos earlier, but now Nick is gonna do some magician-level magic and turn that seed into a fucking tree that's gonna explode this damn house. Nick basically proposes to Jackson a 6-person deal. So the deal would be him and Tommy and Sis and Christy and Nicole, right? Yes. In this 6-person deal. So Jackson and Holly, Nicole, Christy, Sis, Tommy, and Nick himself, all in this 6-person deal. P.S. PPS, deal, not alliance. This is a deal. I want to be very clear. These are 6 people all working together, gonna vote together, gonna work together to make this happen. We'll name it, but it is not an alliance, okay? It is a deal. It is a deal. And also, what Tommy did not want to happen. Let's all remember, Tommy's one thing this week that he kept telling all these people were, do not let them know that we are getting the 6 back together, or we're trying to keep the 6 safe, or we're forming a new 6, or we're forming alliances. We just came off Jess's HOH where she felt very out of the loop. That whole side feels out of the loop. We need to make sure that they feel together, that there aren't alliances forming. That is all I want to happen on my week, is to keep these people calm and under control. So please nobody do this. Your foot-loving boyfriend is down there now making deals. Okay? He's foot jobbing the house. He's foot jobbing the house for you. In all honesty, you know, again, I go back to, is Nick purposely working against Tommy here? But Tommy's included in the deal, so it's not like he's working against Tommy. But he knows this is not what Tommy wants, so ultimately, why is he is like the side effect that could happen from this, that Tommy is going to lose being able to fall back on his old six-shooters people like Holly and Jackson? Kind of like in the way that they were responsible for Nick losing Bella, Nick losing Sam. So is Nick... because he's not saying that to anybody, but I feel like, is that an undertone of why Nick is pushing the certain things that he's pushing, knowing Tommy was very clear about not wanting this? Foot jobbing. Yes. Nick is very creepy. Yeah, Nick is definitely creepy. Okay. Now, Cliff has been, watching. Cliff has been watching, and Cliff is kind of like, see Kat going from room to room to room, and I feel like I need to start locking down some deals. I'm gonna go to Sis. So Cliff goes to Sis, and they make their deal for Sis to keep Cliff. They shake on it. You're going to remain safe. I'm not going to come after you. Deal is done, man. Everything is good. Deal is done. Okay. Now, Nicole, I meant to say this earlier too. After Nicole had that conversation with, after Nicole had the conversation with Kat, where Kat was super emotional and Nicole was buying it, and Nicole said she needed some time to process it, Nicole went to the DR for an hour. Nicole was missing for an hour. She was straight up held up in the DR after that convo with Kat. She went straight to the DR. This is where it makes it hard for me to, it's just funny how people who've watched this show for the past 10 years knew that for the first 5, I was very much conspiracy theory, production, the whole show is manipulated, and production is manipulating everything. And I have moved over to, production's not doing it, guys. You're all crazy. And now I'm kind of it's a mix of the two. But it's kind of interesting that Nicole comes out of the DR now after this Kat conversation. And she pretty much decides that Kat deserves a chance to go after Jackson. She's sending home Cliff. She's like, you know what? Cliff had his moment. Cliff got his storyline. Cliff got to do the battle back. And Kat didn't. So I'm on board. Yep. I'm on board. Which I just have to imagine somewhere Jackson's mom is enraged. I have to imagine somewhere right now, Jackson's mom is writing a strongly worded letter about how production hates her son and is going after her son, and the son doesn't get enough watermelons, and production is taking Nicole and turned her into the redheaded devil. That's why Nicole's hair is red. She's the worst. Nightmare. Garbage person. Okay. So, she wants to send a letter to Nicole's dad. Probably Miss Janny Towley. Miss Janny Talley, one of the at BB21 live feed updaters, but at BB21 live feeds on Twitter. When we finally make it up to the point that we can start showing these clips, she was the one that grabbed the clips on the live feed updaters account. So thank you for that, Miss Janny Talley, with the great updates. I'm confused on the votes. You're confused on where people are voting. Okay. As of right now, as of the point of the story that we're up to, keep in mind, we're still earlier in the day. This is not all the late night drama. This is still earlier in the evening and stuff. But as of right now, as of Nicole coming out of the DR, let's do it that way. As of Nicole coming out of the DR in the story, we have Holly, Jackson, and Jess are all voting to keep Kat. And then we have Sis, Christy, and Nick, who are all voting to keep Cliff. And up until this DR, Nicole was on board for keeping Cliff. But now, after this DR, she's saying, I don't want to keep Cliff. So, I mean, I guess you could call Nicole the swing vote at this moment in the story. I guess we could call Nicole at this moment in the story the swing vote. Okay. However, though, Nicole is kind of talking about these things with Jess, by the way. Nicole is having this conversation at this moment with Jess, I believe, about the whole Kat deserves to have her storyline, and Cliff got his storyline, and yada, yada, yada. But Nicole also, in kind of talking this out, says it also doesn't make a little bit of sense to me. Like, the part that I'm confused about is if Kat wants the storyline to go after Holly and Jackson, why then does she have their votes to stay? Like, it's not adding up. Because Kat told her, I have Jackson and Holly, and I could have Jess too. So Nicole's kind of like, all right, so like, if I am the swing vote, but the reason I want to do this is because I want you to get to fulfill your storyline of an anti-Jackson storyline. But how are you filling the storyline? Like, if that was really the case, where there was all these issues between you two, I just don't understand why he'd be voting for you. So Nicole is kind of confused, and thus we have reached the part in the story where I say to all of you, I'm over Jess again. I was real good, everyone. I was really good for the past week and a half. I realized I gave Jess a lot of shit before, respectable shit. I said, hello, Jessica. You're not really doing a lot in this game, but I love you in real life, and you're great, and women power, and I do support all those things about you in the real world, but you're the worst in this game. HOH, she's amazing. Get to this week. She's really tanking it. And I'm just like, I'm not going to go back there, because I know that Jess has the ability to be great in this game. Well, guess what? I'm over you, Jessica. Oh my God, you guys. Get ready to wrap your head around this one. Just get ready. Just listen to the words, okay? Just get ready. Nicole says the logical statement to Jessica, doesn't make sense to me that Kat is telling us that she wants to go after Jackson because they have this whole horrible history together, yet Jackson and Holly are still going to vote for her. Doesn't make sense. And then Jessica says, I got it. They're trying to set her up. Because Jessica talks in fucking slow motion. If any of you or have not been watching the feeds, you know that Jessica talks in slow motion. I don't know who did the thing of it on Twitter. Somebody sped up her conversation. Like they did the fast forward, like the 2x speed thing, and it actually makes Jessica talk normal. It's hysterical. It was from like a week or two ago. Yes, sure. She says a lot of likes. I feel like we all do. Okay. I was just like, what? What? How is Kat being set up? And she's like, Jessica's like, they're gonna try and, use her as the scapegoat to, like, create distrust between people. Like, they're just gonna tell her that they're keeping her, but they're not gonna keep her, and they're gonna vote her out. And I'm like, but if they're not gonna keep her, and they're gonna vote her out, then how does it matter anyway about a setup? 'Cause she's gone. So what is she being set up for? Hello, idiot. Hello, Jessica. Are we? Hello. Okay. Just when you thought that Jessica, now, in granted, my mind's already blown. Okay. Then Jessica pulls this out of her brain. She says, and I shit you not, you know how, Nicole, you know how we've all been saying that Holly and Kat know each other, and how that was kind of the thing that came out? And Nicole's like, uh-huh. And then Jess goes, well, I wonder if what it really is that Cliff and Holly know each other in the real world. Just fucking self-evict yourself. Leave the show. At some point in this show, there should literally be like an eject floor that fucking drops out when you say something so fucking ridiculous. There are 2 times when the floor should just fall out from under you in Big Brother, and there should be no eviction that week, and the person is automatically gone. It should be when you make some ridiculous statement that is not based in any part of fact or reality at all ever, or you say you want to go home. My other pet peeve. If you utter the words, I want to go home, the floor should fall out and you should be out of the game. A week's reset. It would suck for the show, but I don't care. You think Holly and Cliff have a real connection outside this game? Oh my God. A Rose in the chat is saying she's the worst BB player. Oh, please just wait. Oh, please just wait. Because I'm saving my anger. Because you might think that this is going to be the most cuckoo, batshit crazy thing that you're going to hear come from Jess. Nope, hold on. Hold my beer. There's more coming. That's worse. So just get ready. I don't understand. Okay. So, aside from them knowing each other in the real world, Jess then, continuing to ruin the game, goes and tells Nick that Kat would go against Holly and Jack in the game, and that it's the setup. So, obviously she would go against them. So this is like the setup. She basically tells Nick the whole convoluted, I think this is all a setup story. Tells it to Nick. So now Nick has this information and he's like, all right, give me a minute. He's like, give me a minute. I need to go and think about this. So while he's doing that, Cliff decides, okay, I see Kat going and talking to everybody. I already made my deal with Sis. I'm good with Sis over there. You know who I need to get a minute alone with? That Nicole. Because for some reason, Nicole's been holed up in the DR for hours and hours. I really need to get some Nicole one-on-one time in. Okay? Now, this is like the last moments before we get into the chaos that was last night. So basically, basically, Cliff says to Nicole, I want to go forward with this deal. I want to go forward with the deal of the six of us working together, the Tommy, the Christy, me, you, Holly, Jackson. I want to do this deal that Nick came up with. I think it's the best way for us to move forward in this game. I just remembered Eric said he would never call her sis. I don't even care anymore. I honestly like the sis. The sis that we had last night, I like. We're going to get to the parts that I actually like about sis coming up. But okay, I'm sorry. I need to start over because this is the very important part. So, Cliff, talking to Nicole, says, I want to honor this deal. I think it is the best way that we can move forward in this game, Nicole. Like, we have each other, but we'll also have the six. We've wanted to be part of an alliance. We need to go ahead and go along with it. To which Nicole is like, yeah, but what about Jessica? Jessica is not in this deal. So that is kind of weighing a little bit on Nicole. And Cliff is doing his Cliff. He will sell out whoever to perfectly finesse the deal. Whatever's going to be the best for Cliff in the deal, Cliff is going to do. And again, look. Cliff rubs me the wrong way sometimes. I'm not faulting him for doing what's best for his game. 100% Cliff should do what is best for his game. That's what all these people should do. So I'm not faulting him for that. It always just feels like car salesman-y when he does it. It's almost like cold. It's almost like cold, matter-of-fact information. But with a tinge of slimy car salesman. And here's the problem. Kat made the emotional plea to Nicole. Kat played on Nicole's emotions. Cliff is just being like, matter-of-fact, Cliff about it. Coming off of Nicole having the emotional meeting from Kat, whatever the hell happened to Nicole up in that DR, which made her want to flip. Now she's back here talking to Cliff in her mind, knowing I'm going to have to send you home. And Cliff is now telling her Jessica's not part of this deal. And sure, you played yourself. Right. To be fair, good point. To be fair, Cliff isn't saying he's targeting Jessica here. He's just saying she's not in the deal. The deal is going to help them go forward. And Cliff said things like, this buys us a week or 2 weeks. It doesn't mean that, like, a lot can change in 2 weeks. A lot can change in 3 weeks. It doesn't mean we're going to go after Jessica. Now, he didn't say those words. He said a lot can change in 2 weeks and 3 weeks. He should have said it doesn't mean we're going to go against Jessica. It just means we're keeping ourselves safe because that was the deal that we've been offered by a Nick. So why wouldn't we take it? And Nicole's kind of like, Nicole's gonna explode. Literally, Nicole's head is just like vibrating. And she's like, I can't handle this game. Cliff, I have to go back to the DR. Nicole is literally like, I don't know anything. And I'm going back to the DR now. So off Nicole goes back to the DR. Nicole gone for like another hour up in that DR. Lord knows what they're pumping her head full of. And while that is happening, oh, I thought you were joking. Oh no, I'm being serious. This is all what is happening. While that was happening, this is why I had to do notes for this. Like, I'm not kidding. This is legitimately why I had to write notes and, like, flip pages and go back and forth. So if things are, like, 1 or 2 out of order, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. All this stuff is happening at the same time. Like, it's not just, like, these are happening in, like, the sequence of events. Like, everything is happening on camera 1 and 2 at the same exact time as the exact opposite, or countering cameras 1 and 2 is happening at 3. So you gotta, like, go back. You gotta, like, go. It's very confused. So whatever. Okay. So I should also point out, while that is happening, Christy and Holly are now talking, and they're kind of trying to work out their differences. Did I say it earlier? Oh, I don't think we're up to it yet. When Jessica and Holly talked. I don't think we're up to that part yet. Okay. So, we need the old Nicole back. You know, the Nicole that was the only house guest that had the balls to tell the truth about his eviction? I don't know. Okay. So now, Nicole comes back out of the DR, and she goes right to Jessica. Okay. All right, whatever. It doesn't even matter. Nicole now comes out of the DR and goes right to Jessica. So I guess I had that wrong before. When Nicole came out of the DR the first time, she didn't go to Jessica. I was getting the times that she came out of the DR confused. It doesn't even matter. All the information is still correct. Okay, but now Nicole comes out of the DR. She goes right to Jessica and spills all of the Cliff tea, meaning that there's going to be a final 6, that Cliff is in it, that Nick was the one that started it. All of it. Nicole tells Jess everything, and then ends it with, and by the way, you've been left out. Nicole. Nicole. This is where it makes it hard for me to, like, we can't just, Nicole, you're so stupid in this moment. I will literally yell at Nicole for this when she comes on the show. This was such a stupid move by Nicole. Yes, we all love Nicole. I love Nicole. I still want Nicole to win. But Nicole, how many times of this happening to you are you going to learn? You didn't need to tell Jess that. And I mean, poor Nicole. Every time she, like, tries to confide in somebody, like, gonna confide in Kat, Kat goes and tells the HOH. She confides in Nick. Nick goes and tells someone. Now she confides in Jess, but maybe it's gonna turn out good. Maybe it's gonna... Guys, maybe we should have some faith in Jess, okay? After all, Nicole says to Jess, I'm gonna need you to swear that you're not gonna tell anyone. And Jess says, of course I swear, Nicole. I'm not going to tell anybody that you told me this. I mean, why the fuck would I? I'm not on the block, and I'm not in danger now. much like you aren't on the block right now, and you're not in danger. We didn't even need to have this conversation right now. We could have waited until we saw who was on the block before we spilled this information, Nicole. But no, since we're having this conversation right now, I swear to you, Nicole, I will not tell anyone. Nicole's like, oh, thank God. 30 seconds later, Jessica is running off to Holly. Of all people, Holly is who you're going to go and tell this to? Holly? Holly. Mind blown. Right there, I'm like, this has got to be a joke, right? I'm like, this is a joke. You're not going to Holly. Hi, Jess. You're the worst player in Big Brother history. Okay? Okay? And Victoria played this game, okay? Victoria played this game and said that she was carried away by crows as a child. And somehow, you're worse. You're actually worse. So just marinate on that a little bit. Marinate on that a little bit, Jess. You're the worst. Gonna get a lot more worse. Gonna get a lot more worse. We're still not at the worstest yet. Oh my God. Okay. So, Jess tells Nicole, Jess tells Holly that aside from the deals that are being made, everyone in the house is against her. Jessica tells Holly, everyone in the house is against you, Holly. I realize when I say hers, it's confusing who I can mean. So, Jessica tells Holly, everyone in the house is against you. They're all going for you. And by the way, it's not fair. It's not fair that deals get made. Why do deals get made? Oh my God, here we go. Here comes a fucking deal train from Jessica. Jessica has a real bee in her bonnet about deals being made. Oh my God, it's not fair. And look, all of you give Christy so much shit and love to replay those Christy clips of her being like, I'm on the block and it's not fair and why me? Where are your Jessica clips, okay? Because you know what? I have a shit fuck ton more of respect for Christy, who actually is playing this game, being upset about things that aren't fair, versus Jessica, who's literally doing nothing other than spreading Cliff and Holly know each other fucking rumors around the damn house and blowing up people's games. Nicole, you literally, remember your friend Nicole? You're now blowing up her fucking game. Okay, Jessica. It's not fair. You're not fair. You're not fair. So fucking, she fucking enrages me. So then, next, or I should say next, or 2 seconds later, so Jess, like, wraps that one up, and then she goes to Sis. Okay. This is such a great example, by the way. I'm probably going to mess this up. Notice how I have like star and then the one down here and the two up there and 2 seconds later and blah. This is where I was flipping back and forth between cameras because you know when they do that stupid thing where like they take the conversation from camera 1 and 2 and they put it on 3 and 4? And then you're all screwed up as to where you were if, God forbid, you had a rewind. Oh my God. So I'm just going to, I don't even understand my 1 and 2s. I'm just going to read it in the order I wrote it and we'll work it out as we're reading over it. Okay, here we go. So Jess now goes to Sis 2 seconds later. And is like, you're part of a deal. You know that there is a sis. You know there's a sis. You know that there is a sis. Hi, sis. You know that there is a you. No. She goes to sis, and she is like, you're aware that there is a deal going on, and you didn't tell me. Deals are unfair. You're the worst. I know everything, and I can't believe that you're doing this. And sis is like, huh? There's a deal, or what? It's 6 people. There's a 6. I mean an alliance and a deal of 6. And Jessica's like the devil, and she's like, deals will be made. There are no deals to be made. And sis is like, I'm a chicken. Like, it would be really funny. Big Brother loves a funny edit. Big Brother loves a funny edit. Is there any way you could just drop an egg out of Sis's ass during this? Like, just have Sis, like, looking really nervous, and just have, like, a bark, and have an egg, like, fall to the floor while Jessica is losing her mind in this moment. So Sis is basically denying it, and then Jess ramps up her crazy again. Now Jess, I honestly think Jess is, like, going through, like, her emotional bag of, what can I just rip out to create chaos, as if I'm on the block and or need to save my game in any way right now. You don't. By the way, future Big Brother players, this is a great way to never play this game. Okay, so now Jess goes, okay, forget about the 6. There's a bigger issue. You guys were laughing at Cliff being hurt and the way he was walking. And Sis was like, What? What? We were making fun of the way that Cliff was walking? Now, to be fair, you guys have to go back, like, what was this, 2 weeks ago? Remember when they were all upstairs and they were all making fun of Cliff in the competition? And Nicole was crying about it. Like, Nicole was so upset that everybody was making fun of Cliff. And Nicole was crying about it. It was like the conversation in the HOH room. God only knows if I know we talked about it on a live feed update show. I would have no idea which one. I try and make it clear what we talk about in the thumbnail, but I don't know. It was during Jess's HOH. Right. So anyway, so Sis is like, what are you talking about? That's ridiculous. I don't really remember doing that, but even if I did, it's not that big of a deal. So she's like, all right, well, whatever. She's like, either way, I'm aware that Cliff, Tommy, Nicole, Sis, Chrissy, and Nick, I'm aware that, you guys are all working together. Regardless of if we're not going to call it, you guys are not going to call it an alliance, you are going to call it an alliance. I'm aware that you guys are all working together and it's ridiculous. And Sis is like, all right, well, I don't know what to say to you at this point. I don't know what to say to you at this point. Okay. Cut back to Nicole, who, since now having the conversation with Cliff, now, let's all wrap our brains around this. Since now having the conversation with Cliff, Nicole has decided, you know what? I was wrong. I should not send you out. Obviously, being in a 6-person alliance is a much better deal for us going forward. Who would not want that? Obviously, I want that. What was I thinking? I'm so stupid. Of course I'm not voting you out, Cliff. Of course I'm in this 6-person alliance deal. The deal and alliance that I just told Jessica about 10 minutes ago, which is now being ran through the entire house. So I don't know why you want to be part of the alliance, Nicole, that you outed 10 minutes earlier and is literally spreading like a wildfire. I don't know what you're doing, Nicole. I don't know what Nicole's doing. Like, there was, honest to God, at that point, I was like, I missed something. The cameras, when they switched, I clearly did not get this correct. I'm like rewinding. I watch it again. I'm like, okay, all right, well, 10 minutes ago, Nicole just said she was voting out Cliff. And now it's 10 minutes later, and she's keeping Cliff and thinks the deal is great. I don't understand why she exposed it to Jessica, but yeah, it's what happened. I went to our handy dandy live feed updaters. I'm reading. They're confirming it. I'm like, okay, I guess Nicole's losing it. I just don't understand why you would out it to Jessica knowing she had to have known on some level it was going to blow up in the house. And now you're taking the deal. Lala Mug says, and she wonders why she's in the middle each week. Seriously. Okay. So, now Nicole, having her new bipolar moment, has decided, I have to lock this in. I have to lock this in right now. I'm going to go tell Kat. I'm going to go tell Kat. I'm going to be honest with her. So Nicole goes to Kat and she's like, hey girl, hey. Remember how earlier you did that number with me? You want me to be popular. Well, I want you to get out. I'm not going to vote for you. I'm so sorry, but I can't keep you in this game. Obviously, it's not what is going to be best for me keeping you in here. It's just not going to work out. And you know, Kat is upset. Of course, Kat is crying a little bit. Here. But she ultimately, you know, respects Nicole's decision. I respect your decision, Nicole. You got to do what you got to do. What's best for your game. Okay. Here's the problem. This made Kat now realize, oh shit, I'm going home. So let's keep in mind, we have Jessica ramping up the crazy throughout the house at this point. We have Christy going around and, you know, being Christy everywhere. We have Holly that was told the whole entire house is going against her. Now Nicole, we have Cliff making deals. We have Nicole now just told Kat, you're going home. So now, clearly, Kat needs to ramp up her game. So clearly, Kat now decides, all right, there is not enough chaos going on. I'm going to add to it. Miss Jenny Talley says, and Nick is sitting pretty. I know. Keep in mind, everybody keeps blaming Nicole for starting this, and I do agree. Nicole was definitely the catalyst of the big moments of the past 24 hours, but if we're really going to pinpoint what caused it, it was Nick's insecurity about where he stood playing both sides and him creating this 6-person deal. So I don't put the full blame on Nicole here at all. Okay. So now, and Kat obviously knows from Holly that, about the 6-person alliance, because Holly told Kat in an attempt for Kat to get to use that if it somehow helps her in her campaigning. So Kat is aware, about the 6-person alliance, because basically, Kat and Jackson, oh my God. Holly and Jackson do feel like Kat is probably one of the only people that they can trust in a way going forward at this point. So Holly had to tell, didn't have to tell, but Holly did tell Kat about the alliance. Okay, so about the alliance and that she's gonna go, because what can they do? At this point, they don't have the votes to keep her. We can't help you. Okay, so now Jess and Sis go back to talking. I'm pretty sure they went back to talking. Okay. And Sis is like, you know what? I'm got to go and talk to Christy. What I want to do is I'm going to talk to Christy now about everything that we've discussed. So the whole, you knew about the alliance, and we laughed, you guys were laughing at Cliff, and you guys were going to target Nicole, and all these things that Jessica has told Sis. Now Sis is like, I have to go talk to Christy. And this is why I say we can never get rid of Christy in this game. Oh. So. And P.S., I like this Sis. I like this Sis. Okay? Because Sis has stood her ground. She has stood her ground through all of this. Sis is, in a way, the exact opposite of how Nicole is playing the game. Sis is like, if you are going to come for me for shit, I'm going to go right back at you with shit. Like, I'm not going to roll over. I'm not going to, whatever. Like, Sis will come at you if you confront her on anything. And I have not seen a lot of that from Sis. Again, granted, I feel like I said this a few shows ago. I don't watch a lot of Sis feeds. There's not usually a lot of game happening on the feed that Sis is on, so I'm not really a huge Sis fan. I enjoyed the Sis of last night, is what I'm saying. Okay, so Sis goes to Christy and is like, you are never gonna believe what Jessica told me. Okay, hold on. And then shits an egg. No. She's like, you are never gonna believe what Jessica told me. Shits an egg. This is your baby. No, also not true. Let's try again. You're never gonna believe what Jessica told me. Apparently, we're all bullying Cliff. And Christy's like, what? A what? I am not a bully. Okay? I am an inspirational person of the universe. I am an inspirational leader, and I can talk to the spirits, and I can manifest things, and I don't manifest bullying. Okay? I don't manifest bullying. Okay? I'm anti-bullying, and bullying is bad, and things that start with B are bad, and bad also start with B, and I'm gonna manifest this out of, I swear to God, I'm going to manifest a house meeting. I'm going to manifest it. And she's like, look, we were not bullying him, okay? This is all Nicole's fault. And you know what? It's not really her fault, but Nicole was crying. And I think if Nicole wasn't crying so much, people wouldn't have felt like we were bullying him. I can't. Maybe if Nicole just didn't cry so much about the horrible things that we were saying about people, then people just wouldn't take the horrible things that we were saying as horrible bullying things, okay? So this is the crier's fault, okay? I'm hashtag blaming the crier, which also happens to be a woman in this case. But let's just remember, earlier in the day, we were all about women power and women empowerment and yada, yada, yada. But now, Nicole's a little crybaby bully. This is Nicole's fault. Actually, it's not just Nicole's fault. You know who else's fault it is? It's Holly's fault. Somehow, all the blame for the bullying couldn't possibly have been about Christy, couldn't possibly have been about Sis, who are in this conversation. They managed to pin it on Holly, who, by the way, was there and in on it too, if I recall. But they still managed to really switch it over to it being full-on Holly being blamed. And now it ramps up to full-on yelling. Because Holly came in. They went past the door. Holly came in. Now Holly's in there. Sis is like, I'm pissed at you. Why would you tell people that we were bullying Cliff? And blah, blah, blah. And Holly's like, wait, what? I didn't tell people that you're bullying Cliff. And then Holly goes, it's Nicole. She's like, it was Nicole. Nicole was the one who was telling people. So they're like over here in the boat room having this conversation. They're kind of yelling at each other. Meanwhile, here's outside the door Nicole, Nick, Kat, Jackson, all of them outside the door listening. So now, by the way, Nicole has heard and is aware that Holly is saying that it's her. Sis told Christy that Jess said Holly's... Yes, okay. Technically, she said that Jess told her Holly said it. But Sis is still yelling at her for it. Sis is still yelling in a way as if Holly actually said it. They're yelling at each other to the point that people are gathering around the door. And now, Kat's pissed. Kat is outside, and now Kat is pissed, and she's like, you know what? I want to expose Cliff. I want to expose Cliff. So she goes and she gets Jessica, and she's like, Jessica, I want to out Cliff. I want to out Cliff's angels. And Jessica's like, I say what now? I was all for this crazy when it wasn't really outing any of my game. But now it sounds like maybe you want to out my game, and I'm not here for that. So no. I'm going to go with no. And then Kat does her, Jessica, I'm a woman, and you're a woman, and as women, we need this to be women, so please. And Jessica's like, okay, for Christ's sake, I can't with your tearless crying. I can't with your scrunch face. I don't even know why we're calling it crying, just call it scrunch face, Cat scrunch face. I can't look at your stupid scrunch face anymore. Fine, go ahead, out Cliff's angels, I don't even care this anymore. Like, if that's what you need to do, you go ahead and just do it. I don't even care. Okay. Meanwhile, Jess is like, so Jessica leaves her, and Jess is like, okay, I need to go talk to Christy. I need to go talk to Christy for a minute now, alone. I just want one-on-one time with Christy. And she's like, look. And Christy's like, no deals are made. I'm hearing that you are upset about a final, about a final six, about a 6-person alliance being made, and this is absolutely ridiculous, and, that didn't happen. That's not the way this happened. And this is kind of when Jessica turns into, like, the person from, like, The Exorcist, where, like, her head spins around. Or, like, her just full-on head is insane. Because she's like, this is not how you play the game! You don't have to play this way! You don't have to make deals and alliances! You're not actually at camp. Okay? I don't know what psychotic break that you're having, Jessica, but you're not in a real camp. You're in the game of Big Brother. The point of this game is to lie, manipulate, make deals, make alliances, and then split the throats of the people in your alliance before they split yours so that you're the last one standing. That's the game that you're playing. So I don't know in what delusional world you're living in that you think that the game does not need to be played with lying and manipulating and deals, but she is enraged. Because Christy is basically like, this is the game. Like, Jessica, I'm just playing the game. Like, if a deal comes to me, I'm going to entertain the deal. Or I'm not going to entertain the deal. It doesn't really, like, that's the game. And Jessica's like, no! That is not the game! That is not the goddamn game! That's the game. That's legitimately the game. And Christy, at one point, is just like, I'm done. Christy's kind of like, you know what? I'm out. I don't even, like, I'm an insane person. Christy, this was Christy's subtext. I'm an insane person, and you are out insaning my insanity. So I need to leave. It's kind of like how the negative and the positive neutrons... why did I go to science? I don't know. I don't know. But Christy, my point is, Christy was like, us two insane people can't exist in the same room together. That is what Christy has decided. So Christy's like, I'm out. I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm done. I can't do this. So she's like, whatever. Okay. Meanwhile, antimatter. Yes, let's talk antimatter and gravity. Meanwhile, Nicole, Tommy, and Holly have now got together in the HOH, and they're all hashing out who was laughing at Cliff. I can't. I was like, now we're going to have a conversation about who was laughing at Cliff. It's now like 6 a.m. in the morning, 6:30 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, now we're talking about who laughed at Cliff the worst. And who is going to take the blame for the Cliff laughing. Lost in Concru says they should have grabbed the rule book and tied Jess down, sprinkling water on her, shouting, "The power of Grodner compels you." Seriously, it was like an exercise. I don't think they're going to be... I guess they'd be able. What am I talking about? They have a team of 1 million people. They could have all of this tonight. I don't think they're going to have a lot of this tonight, but I'm very interested to see what they're going to show on tonight's show. Okay, so anyway, how many more pages? It's going to be a 3-hour show. Oh my god. Okay, let's speed this up because I want to show you clips too. So, okay, then Kat is like, you know what? Because remember, we haven't even got to Kat confronting Cliff yet. So now Kat is like, oh my god, I gotta go confront Cliff. That's it. I'm going to confront Cliff. And she's like, Cliff, you are a liar. You are a cheat. I feel disrespected by you. You are disgusting. You are not a man. You are a mere maggot. She is like, you are the worst. This all kind of like started, by the way, like in the hallway. Like outside the back rooms. It all kind of started where really Kat was more arguing with Nick to start with. Kat more was kind of went after Nick. I believe first she went after Nick with the whole, you made a deal and, you know, you weren't going to keep me and you're lying. And she kind of, I believe, went to Nick first with that. Okay. So Kat goes to confront Cliff. She calls him a liar. In the meantime, and Nick is there because the conversation started with Nick. I'm pretty sure that's one of the clips that I have. So maybe we should just play this clip first. Maybe we should just play this clippity clip first. All right, let's do that. Let's play the clip first. It starts with the whole Kat and Nick conversation. Oh, I didn't even realize I didn't have the right thing on. It starts with the Kat and Nick. It starts with the Kat and Nick conversation. So here. Let's... Why is this being annoying? Okay, here we go. Okay, talk.
So why did he tell you that this was an alliance? How'd that even get brought up? He just randomly told you right now at 2 in the morning?
I don't know.
No, I had heard murmurings and I confirmed it.
Murmurings,
I
more
had asked for
murmurings.
confirmation, and he said, yeah. And then, well, it was more of like, why are you forming an alliance such as? And I'm
Such
sorry,
as?
if someone, I can't, like, I can't play this whole game of fake alliances. If I join an alliance with someone, it's because I believe in them and I love their game. I'm not going to form little fake petty alliances to further myself in the game.
Okay, so if you're in an alliance with Nicole, then why is she not willing to keep you?
Because I guess it's another fake alliance that I fell for.
Yes.
And that is what I did not understand coming into this game. I thought that when you formed alliances with people, that they had your back, because I have Nicole's back, I have Jess's back, and I fucking had Cliff's back. And yeah, and I wasn't going after you. I wasn't going after...
And now I don't have Cliff's back.
I wasn't going after Tommy. I wasn't going after Christy. I wasn't going after Sis. I was going after fucking Jackson and Holly as the pawn, because I didn't want Holly campaigning for Jackson. And I'm sorry, because I know that y'all are tight, but that's it.
Who?
You and Jackson and Holly.
I'm tight with Jackson, like personal level, and me and Holly aren't.
And I understand that you probably don't want him out because he's a guy and you don't want the guys to be outnumbered, and I get that. But when you're asking me who my targets are, I'm not going to give you bullshit, and I'm not going to say a fake name to make
Holly
you feel
doesn't
better.
know that you're putting her up.
Surprise.
Surprise,
And everyone is, and people seem pretty confident that they could get you to sway to not do that.
Just way to not put
Them up.
Okay. Well, good luck. Watch the show. That's all I gotta say. Watch the fucking show.
Just watch the show. This is the... notice how she keeps contradicting herself in everything that she says. She's like, just watch the show. You just watch it. I'm gonna put her up. Sure I am. Are you sure you're gonna put her up? Maybe not. But you might put her up? Well, I don't know. Well, you're gonna put her up. We'll see. She's like back and forth. She doesn't even know what she's doing. Okay. I've changed my mind because... Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go with notes. I feel like this is the better way to do it. I'm going to finish the notes and then we'll watch the clips. I'm going to finish the notes, then we're going to watch the clips, because that was already not in the order that I expected it to be in, and I don't want it to confuse people. So let me finish the order in which everything happened, then we'll have our own clips flashbacks where we'll comment on it. Okay, so Kat goes to confront Cliff. Cliff tells Cliff how disappointed he is, how disappointed Kat is in Cliff. Cliff leaves. Okay. So, Cliff leaves the room. Meanwhile, Christy, who is now upstairs, I believe the boat room realized that everybody was listening to them talking, and they were like, we need to go somewhere where nobody can hear us, so let's go upstairs to the have-not room. At least we can, like, continue the conversation up there. So, Christy, in hearing everything from Sis and Holly, now says, well, I have to clear my name. I have to clear my name with, oh shit, I didn't even think of one that, what time is the Big Brother show on tonight? Is it on at 8 or 9? Oh, thank God it's on. Okay, we got time. Christy is like, we need, wait, is it on at 8 or 9? Eastern. Pretty sure it's 9. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so Christy is like, I need to clear my name. I need to clear my name with Jessica, because if you, Sis, are telling me that Jessica is saying that I'm part of bullying Cliff and that, you know, we were going to do these things and 6-person alliances, I need to go and clear my name with Jessica, which technically, I guess... Yeah, she needs to clear her name with her. And she says that, look, Cliff and oh my God. She says that Cliff and Nick just made a deal, a temporary deal to Jessica. This was technically before the Jess losing her mind. This was part of the Jess losing her mind thing. But Christy says, look, it's just temporary. It's not an alliance. It's just a deal. Cliff and them did what they need to do to just make it through another week. It's the game. It's the game. It's what they needed to do. Now, this is when that clip that we just saw, Kat confronts Nick about the alliance. And as you kind of saw there, Nick is being already standoffish. He's like, there's no alliance. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no alliance. Why is there an alliance? There's not an alliance. That is when Cliff comes in and Kat is very much like, look, I don't trust you, disappointed in you, da-da-da-da-da. Cliff leaves. When Cliff leaves, this is when Kat turns to Nick and goes, all right, fine. You want to know how I know that you're in an alliance? Cliff told me. And Nick is like, what? Now, this is like right after Cliff left the room. So he's like, wait, Cliff told you that there's like, because there's no alliance. And she's like, well, Cliff told me all about your alliance. And you want to know why Cliff told me about your alliance? And Nick's like, sure. Why did Cliff tell you about our alliance? 'Cause we're in an alliance called Cliff's Angels. Oh, and P.S. Nicole's in it. So, this is kind of when, this is kind of now, Nicole's in trouble. Spoiler alert, Nicole's gonna make it out kind of okay, but just Nicole's in a little bit of trouble here. Okay, so now, Kat, now these conversations are starting to break up. So like the Holly, Christy, cis conversations are starting to break up. The Tommy, HOH conversation with Nicole, is starting to break up. Everybody just kind of starts like wandering, basically getting ready for bed, basically ending up downstairs. Just my point is, this ends up because Kat is now going to confront Christy in front of everybody. So they didn't officially call a house meeting. This isn't like, oh, let's officially have a house meeting to air this out. But it just so happened everybody's basically downstairs. Everybody is basically gathered around. And Kat is calling out Christy. And Kat is like, this isn't fair, kind of taking a little bit from Jessica of this isn't fair. And Christy is like, people make deals, Kat. That's the game. People make deals. It's Big Brother. And then Kat is like, well, I guess I'm just not good at making deals. She's like, I guess I'm just not good at making deals and not selling people out. And then Jessica with her fucking little 2 cents. Jessica's over in the corner and she's like, I think it's nasty. I think deals are nasty. I was like, you need to shut up. Seriously, for the love of God, just shut up. We get it. You don't like deals. Is there any way you can shut up? So just like, that's nasty. That's nasty that they would do that. And here's the thing. In all that Kat is saying in, confronting Christy about being in the 6-person alliance and having a deal and, working against them and all this stuff, what she's actually doing is highlighting the reasons for everyone why it makes sense to get rid of her. Because here's Kat yelling in front of the whole house, deals are being made, and alliances, and this, and that, and all of this stuff is happening, and they're getting together, and they're getting together, blah, 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 blah. And then there's Cliff. Oh, gee, gosh. I'm just sitting over here, not doing nothing. I'm just sitting over here cute as a cucumber honoring my nails. I'm not talking about nobody. I'm so freaking cute. Love her. So what Kat doesn't realize, I think, and know, I really feel... I mean, look, Kat was damned if she did, damned if she didn't. So amen for the great feeds and a great effort by Kat. But I mean, ultimately, the way she specifically went about going at Christy when everybody was there, I really think solidified for a lot of people, we can't work with her. God forbid she gets in danger again. She's going to out our game, expose everything that we've done. Like, Cliff kept Cliff's angels completely a secret this whole time, and he probably could have used that to his advantage. So, by the way, I guess I'm congratulating Cliff for not selling them. I mean, Lord knows Cliff will sell anybody out for anything at any minute. So, turns out that Jessica was the one that sold out Nicole and stabbed her in the back, and then so did Kat. So, good for Cliff in this moment on that one. But I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I don't blame Cliff either. I don't necessarily blame Cliff for making deals, playing this game, and doing what he has to do. I will say, normally, Cliff annoys me the way that he goes about doing things in the game. I feel Cliff handled this past 24 hours very well. I think Cliff really handled it well as he could. Anytime anybody confronted Cliff during this, like even when Kat was confronting him, or if anybody was confronting him, he was just very matter of fact about things. Like, I'm just trying to save my life in this game. It's a game. You have to make deals in the game. I was trying to save my life in this game. I don't know what you want me to do. We're playing a game. Like, he was very focused, matter of fact. This is what's happening. This is what we have to do. So, I mean, he handled it well. He was not emotional in a time when I think Kat was being so super emotional. And I think that ultimately is what helped Cliff out. Okay, so now things kind of died down a little bit. Things kind of died down a little bit. Cliff goes and talks to Nicole, and Cliff is like, I just don't get it, pretty. And Nicole's like, I told you 4 times, don't call me pretty. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you pretty. How do you think this happened, pretty? Nicole. Say, Nicole, how you think this happened? How you think this happened, Nicole? And Nicole's like, I don't know, certainly not me. Certainly did not come from me. I certainly didn't tell Jessica at all. I didn't tell Jessica one thing. I certainly didn't tell Jessica anything. Why would you think that I would tell Jessica anything? I didn't tell Jessica anything. Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta go. So Nicole not owning up to it to Cliff at all. And I was like, oh, Nicole, so much of this shit is going to come back to bite you in the ass. Enter Nick. Oh, enter Nick. The worst Nick is self-righteous, sleazy Nick. The worst Nick is when he has his, like, thumb on Nicole. And this is one of those moments, obviously. Because now Nick, thanks to Kat, is like, so, Cliff's angels? You weren't going to tell me? And Nicole's like, well, I thought that you knew. I mean, you didn't know, but you knew. And he's like, I'm your number 1. You're supposed to tell me everything. And Nicole's like, well, you don't tell me everything. And he's like, I tell you everything. And she's like, it didn't matter. She's like, you didn't know the name. I didn't tell you that they were called Cliff's Angels, but I told you that I was working with them, and I made sure that they kept you safe and you were never a target for them. The only thing I didn't do was out that it was a thing. And he's like, I don't know. I don't know. We're going to have to see how I feel about this going forward, but I've lost a little bit of faith in you. Then, Nick goes and Nick talks to Cliff, and they both decide, this had to be because of Jessica. Like, how did Kat find this out? It would only make sense if, like, somebody had to give the information to Kat. Well, clearly, that must have been Jessica. Okay, so then Holly and Kat chat, and Holly kind of also agrees. Kat, this is all Jess's fault. This whole entire thing that has happened tonight is all Jess's fault. If we're looking for someone to blame, it's going to be Jess. If you stay in this game, you need to realize that Jess is a problem. I really think it's just Holly thinking, if there is some sort of a miracle that happens in all of this, I need to get Kat away from Jessica, so I'm going to use this whole entire situation to try and, like, make that happen. Okay. Then Nick goes to talk to Tommy and Cliff about Charlie's Angels. About Cliff's Angels. So now, of course, Cliff is up there and like, gee, guys, I'm just so sorry. I'm just so sorry about the Angels, guys. I'm just so sorry. But, I just want to point out, you guys are like borderline homosexuals, and I'm fine with that. And I want you to be fine with the fact that I like boobs. Sometimes I like to touch Kat's boobs, and sometimes I like to call Nicole pretty. And I think if you're allowed to stick your foot onto his penis, I should be able to have my angels wear little walk around lingerie in the bathroom for me. But before I was married. All right, obviously he didn't say any of that, but that's all I fucking hear when he talks. Is legitimately all I hear when he talks. He's trying to explain away Charlie's Angels, make it not be a big deal, and in a very mature way that I do appreciate from Tommy, because he's actually playing the game. Tommy and Nick are both kind of like, Cliff, we get it. It's a game. We get it. You didn't have anybody. Your back was against the wall. It makes sense. You needed an alliance. You needed people to be by your side. And then Nick is like, and not for nothing, I'm getting a little bit annoyed with people like Jessica who are acting like we're not allowed to make alliances in this game and we're not allowed to make deals. The game is making deals and making alliances. So why are people now mad that we're making deals and making alliances? It makes absolutely no sense. So they're all kind of up in the HOH room and they're kind of frustrated. All right. Cut to Tommy and Nicole now talk. And they realize, again, now they're kind of having the same conversation again of Tommy wants to know, I wonder how Jess found this out. Nicole, I wonder how Jess could have found this information out. And Nicole's like, I certainly don't know. I think she overheard it. She overheard people talking in the boat room. Yep, that's it. She overheard people talking in the boat room. Definitely wasn't me. It was people talking in the boat room. And Tommy's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It is. She would have overheard it from people talking in the boat room. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. Cut to Jackson, Holly, and Kat now talking. And this is when they all realize that we can't save you, Kat. There is nothing that we can do to save you. I mean, technically, Jackson wasn't there yet. It's just Holly and Kat talking. Holly's like, Kat, there's nothing I can do to save you. Jackson comes in, and Jackson is like, Jackson comes in, and he goes, I have bad news. And they're like, what? And he is like, I heard everybody talking, and they said they realized that it's them two versus the house, and Kat is all they have. meaning Jackson is saying he basically heard everybody else saying they are the targets, and that's why they need Kat, so that they can have somebody on their side. So they're like, oh, awesome. And then, by the way, total side note to all of that, and to go back for 1 second, when they were talking, like when they were having the conversation with Tommy, so when it was Tommy, Cliff, and Nick in the HOH room, when it was Tommy and Nicole, I was like, that's not right. When it was Tommy and Nicole talking, and Nicole said they must have overheard it about the 6-person alliance, they must have overheard it from the boat room. Nicole leaves, Nick comes back, they're talking, and then Tommy goes, because Tommy is filling him in on the Nicole conversation, and Tommy goes, wait a minute. Even if Jessica overheard them talking in wherever, then she wouldn't have known that it was an alliance and the people that were in it. Because we didn't name it, we didn't call it an alliance, and we weren't even confirming the people that were in it in that story. So that is not where the information came from. It had to come from one of the people in the alliance. Somebody had to tell Jessica, who then told Kat. Tommy is very smart. Tommy is very, very, very smart. And it's going to leak back to Nicole. It's going to be pinned back to Nicole, which, hold on, because now we're getting up to this morning, but let me tell you, the last shocking moment of last night before bed. So now, like I said, Jackson, Kat, Holly, they're all talking, and Jackson says to Kat, look, Kat, if you're going to go out, you need to make a big move. You need to do something memorable. You need to, leave this house in your wake. And she's like, I don't know. I don't know what I could possibly do. Like, what could I do? And then Jackson and Holly do that super annoying thing that none of us can stand when couples do of, oh, well, we have a secret. Should we let you in on it? Do you want to, let her in? Should we let her in on the secret that we have that she's no part of? Should we? Do you want to? I don't know. Can we trust her? If I was Kat, I would have, I would have got, a spray bottle of water and, just started spraying it on them. Like they're dirty little humping cats. Just tell me, idiots. My game's over. Just tell me. Look, it is not easy. It is just me doing all of these shows. I don't have a team of people and multiple, blah, 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 blah. It's difficult. There are things that I miss at times. I don't know how I missed this story before. Apparently, everybody knew what Jackson's eviction speech was going to be. I have no clue how I missed this. So now what Jackson is going to do is he is going to tell Kat what his eviction speech was going to be so that Kat can use it if she wants to. And what Jackson tells Kat is that Jack and Christy are actually exes. And that is what he was going to tell the house in his eviction speech. Now look, I will say at this point, I was like, This shit can't get any crazier. Obviously, Kat, Jessica, Christy, Holly, Nicole, everybody is losing their mind, pulling out the most ridiculous bullshit they can find from, like, Holly and Cliff know each other. Now, clearly, Kat is going to go and spread this whole entire Christy and Jack were exes all over the house. Nope, nothing came of it. They all knew that Christy cleans carpet. She's not a hot dog vendor. Exactly, Lost. Exactly. Well, I don't know that they exactly know that, but sure. Okay. Things settle down. The house guests go to bed. Cut to this morning. Now the house guests are up. Holly goes to Tommy in the HOH room, completely throwing Nick under the bus. Holly is saying that Nick can't be trusted. Nick is the one that caused all the problems from the other day. Nick is a liar. Christy is the devil. You can't trust Christy. She's gonna stab you in the back. Like, Holly is throwing out everything that she can throw out to Tommy about why Nick is horrible, about why Christy is horrible. And I'm just like, what is your goal here? Again, you're not on the block. Look, I get it. You need to play a week ahead in Big Brother. 100%. You need to play a week ahead in Big Brother. 1,000,000%. I agree with you there. However, you don't need to go to acts of desperation to play a week ahead when you are not desperate for anything at the moment. Your game is not in jeopardy, really, at the moment. I get it is. You're hearing the whole house is against you, so you're trying to get a head start, but I don't know. I just don't know if this is the smart move to start bad-mouthing Christy, who you know is in so tight with Tommy, and Nick, who you watch get finger-banged by I just don't get it. Whatever. Okay. Then Nick and Nicole talk. And Nicole is again apologizing to Nick. I'm sorry I didn't tell you about Cliff's Angels. I'm sorry. Can you ever forgive me? And Nick is like, look, I'll forgive you, Nicole, but I just want to be, like, very clear. Your good pal Jessica just put a giant target on your back. So just be aware. You can thank Jessica for the giant target that you have on your back right now. I think it's Nick's attempt that he's trying. Nick wants to cut off avenues of places that Nicole can go. So I think that's what he's doing here, making sure that he feels like, hey, I'm the only one that you can trust. You've only lied to me, Nicole. You've only took the things that I've told you and told them to people. I haven't done it to you. So you have no reason not to trust me, and I'm telling you, you shouldn't trust Jessica. Meanwhile, Christy is losing her shit that Holly is getting to spend quality time upstairs with Tommy. She doesn't know why that he's in there. It's ridiculous. Okay, so I want to be very clear for 1 minute. You might be saying to yourself, we're almost at a 2-hour show here. Eric, it has been 2 hours of chaos on the feeds. You have given me so much information. Can you just simply sum it up for me quickly? Okay, I will sum it up for you quickly. Kat is still going and nothing has changed. Okay, let me rephrase. Kat is still going. There's kind of sort of a 6-person alliance. Nothing else has changed. We had all of that, and we're literally right where we were before it all happened. We're literally right where we were before all of this happened. I also, I'm going to play a few clips But first, I want to make sure. Oh my god, she deleted it. Damn it! I wish I screen grabbed it. Or is it a reply? Hold on. I want to make sure. Oh, yep, it's a reply. I got it. I got it. So, one other little bit that you might have missed. Hold on. Is I gotta zoom out. This is from Twitter, but I know a lot of people will miss it. So, basically, Big Brother After Dark tweeted out this whole breaking news thing with Bella and Nick and Christy and everything happening. And then Bella replied to the tweet and was like, is this necessary? Bella's like, is it necessary to kind of, I don't know, like, is it like really necessary to like make fun of me for the promos of the Pop TV show? I was wondering if it is necessary. So, just want to let me know. I don't know. I feel bad for Jessica. I feel bad that, I feel bad for Bella. I feel bad that, she's young or whatever. So I feel bad for her. Okay, let's go to one of my favorite clips from last night, which is Kat finally calling out Cliff, I believe.
Because I don't. I know.
I can't.
That's why loyalty is so important to me.
Yeah.
Me
because
too.
I don't want
Me
to
too.
have someone win HOH and I have to think like, well, crap, like am I safe with them or do I need to go make a deal? Because that is not a safe place to be in this house. And
There's
honestly,
nothing
that sounds
safe
like
in this.
hell.
There's nothing safe.
But
in
I
this
hope
house.
that I now I'm screwed. But
I'm screwed.
my mind is blown on how a week-long deal is more important than me saying that I have their backs unconditionally until proven otherwise. And like, I'm sorry that I'm freaking out, but it feels really good to get this out. Cliff, I trusted you.
I trust
Jess
you.
trusted you. Nicole trusted you.
Yeah.
And
then to repay you, I outed Cliff's Angels.
I believed in you having all of our backs, and I thought that if I left, I felt good because I knew that you would have Jess's back.
Yeah,
And I still do.
I still
Making
do.
a deal to survive.
I got your back. I got your front. If you ever need some oil on your back, you just let me know. I'll rub the oil right between your back. I'll slip it right under your bra straps. I know how to unsnap those from before I was married to my wife.
If I'm out the door, I have no one's
But,
back.
but those aren't real deals, Cliff.
They are
They're
a
not
real
based
deal.
on loyalty. They're based on you getting further in the game.
Which lets me stay in the game, and therefore I potentially have someone's back. If I don't, someone approaches me with a deal, says, the way you stay in this house is if you agree not to put up people.
Right.
If I feel that the only
Cliff, what
one...
happens when everyone in the house approaches you with that deal and then you win HOH and you have to put someone up? Are you taking every single deal just so you can get
No.
by?
Nope.
Mm-mm. I'm taking the deals for the people that have a control over the vote. They can save me this week.
So I
And
guess
that's-
Jess is that person.
Not this week.
But she was last week.
Last week, we were all part of an alliance.
And I guess
Last week we were all part of an alliance, and now you guys aren't in power anymore. So bye. So bye. I guess we're not an alliance anymore. That wasn't the... Hold on. Oops. That wasn't the one that I thought it was. Let me... Okay. I'm pretty sure this is it. Yes, this is it, because this is the one I tweeted. Here we go.
Then there's no loyalty at that point. I'm out the door.
Well, I'm
So
out the
I
door.
made-
I'm out the door, and I kept my loyalty. And
Well-
honestly, I'm more proud of that than me staying and making empty promises and fake alliances and deals. And I'm sorry if that's the game player that didn't win me the game, but I'm still happy that I'm not that person.
I did what I had to do to buy another week, and that was agree not to put 4 people up.
You're the worst.
And
I just don't know why you would throw someone.
under the bus,
Who do you throw under the bus?
I don't know how you can. I don't know how you can look. And I'm so
That
sorry.
look.
Like, I don't want to have this fight with you, but like, I just don't know how you can literally talk to me, Jess, and Nicole, and
How do you say words?
act like you have our backs, and then you form deals that don't include Jess. Like, Cliff, like, that was, like, I was literally just talking to Nicole, and she was telling me that she was voting to evict me, and I said, it's okay, but I want y'all to stay together,
Yeah.
because I believed in y'all, and I can't
Yeah.
believe that now I'm leaving, and no one has Jess's back.
Kat, when we were all together, there was absolute sincerity. It was not a
No
fake
tears,
alliance
by
or
the way.
anything else with you, Kat, Nicole, and myself.
Cliff, was that real, or was it because
was
Jess was
real.
HOH?
It was real.
Was it, or was it because Jess was HOH, and that's what you needed to survive that week?
I think we were together before that point, were we not?
You didn't mention it until
Stupid.
Jess was HOH.
Did we not talk about it when I was HOH afterwards?
And after you were HOH, it was then dropped and then brought up again when Jess was HOH.
What have I done between when we first talked about it and now that would ever suggest that I wasn't loyal to y'all?
Because you created something that did not involve
No,
Jess.
I created
and
nothing.
I'm sorry.
Kat, the other thing too, as I said before, I
You're an
approached
idiot.
no one. I was approached and said, if you want to survive,
Kat, as I said before, you're stupid. You're the worst. That is what I am telling you. The other at Cat House guest can talk during. I'm sorry, chat wasn't scrolling. Is this in front of Nick, Tommy, and Nicole? Yes, that was all in front of Nick, Tommy, and Nicole. I'm sorry, there's so many of you in chat. It keeps sticking my chat, but yes, that was in front of them. Let me see what the other clips were. Okay. Was this with Christy? I think this is where Christy started getting upset with everybody. This is when this is when Kat was going to confront Christy. Yeah, see how
No,
everyone's
I'm just
there?
done. Like, I'm literally not speaking to anyone in this game. Like, I just want to go to sleep. Like, everyone's just a fucking lie. I'm so over it.
I want to go to sleep. That's why I'm sitting here in the middle of the room with everybody standing around me, and I'm just sitting in this chair and I just want to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep right next to where I was listening to them talking while everybody is around me, but I'm going to go to sleep, okay? I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to sleep, alright.
Everyone's a liar. That's why. No, I'm just done. Like, I'm literally not speaking to anyone in this game. Like, I just want to go to sleep.
You
Like,
literally are.
everyone's just a fucking lie. I'm so over it.
Drama queen.
Yeah.
That's not awkward.
That's not awkward.
I have no idea.
She's not wrong.
There's Kat and Jess, the most two passive-aggressive people in this game. This is awkward. She's not wrong. There are liars. Like Cliff. Like Cliff. That's what I just wanted to be like, Cliff's a liar. That's what she should have done. This is legitimately what she should have done. Okay, here is... So Christy is done. Let's all remember, everyone. Christy is done. She's not talking to anyone else. She swears. Here we go.
If you do, whoever goes, be grateful because everyone's a liar.
Uh-oh.
Like poor Tommy. Like now Tommy is gonna have to defend himself because.
I mean, but also, why is this all like, you know, it's fucking lame.
Like, does everyone forget that this is a game? That's what I really feel like. Everyone, I feel
Tommy,
like is
for the
forgetting
record,
that this is a
I
game.
do trust you that you didn't want to form
Tommy
a
never
I know,
said
I know, I know,
that he
I
was
know,
making
I know,
an
I know, I know.
Kat is like, excuse me, I'm just trying to talk to Tommy, so shut up, Christy.
No, and I trust you. Like, I trust that. I don't think that was
ho about
Yeah.
not having an alliance
Yeah.
because
No,
how
and I believe that.
hypocritical of him
I believe that.
to preach about no alliance, no alliance, no alliance, and then have an alliance.
No, I believe that.
No one made an
And
alliance.
Tommy's gone.
Me, Sis, and Tommy heard for the last week that we would be on Cliff's radar.
By the way, my favorite part of all of this stuff with the flashback times is how it's like the roaming house meeting. Like, this is my favorite part of the downstairs for all of this, is like the house meeting that was not officially called just moves, and then people leave and enter as they feel comfortable. Tommy, smartly, by the way, I believe, walked out of here for plausible deniability. I really do feel like in Tommy's brain, he's like, all right, Christy's going off the fucking rails. As long as I'm not here, as long as I'm not sitting next to her, I can deny that I agreed with her later. Is kind of what I think Tommy was his thought here. Ooh, sorry. Play. Wait.
3. So we would not probably give Cliff our vote. In turn,
And he's
you
back.
make deals in this game. When you want to be safe and you want to be safe in this house, you go to the people that you think would not keep you safe and you say, what can I do to assure you? What can I do to make you feel safe? Right? Do I promise you a week?
Do I stick my foot in your penis? What do I do? Tell me. I don't know what to do in this game anymore. Is it fingers and butts? Is it foots on penises? What do we gotta do to be safe a week around here? Gotta make a deal.
Do I promise you security? Yeah, you do what you gotta fucking do to stay safe. That's what it was. Stop me if I'm wrong, anyone.
Nope, that's-
If I was on the fucking block and I knew that 3
God.
people were not gonna give me their vote unless I promised them some sort of safety going forward, that's the deal I would make. This is Big Brother. That's honest to me. What we should all be concerned about is people that just fucking lie.
Why is her foot up in the air like that? Like, she's ready to pounce. Like, she has, like, one foot in, like, the starting position. Like, at any minute, she will lunge right at your ass. She will snatch your wig, Jessica, if you even try and move. She has one foot firmly planted in case you come at her, but she has the other foot ready to attack. You don't screw with Christy.
I'm done.
I'm done. Dismissed. I'm done. Get out. Goodbye, peasants. Goodbye, peasants. I'm done with all of you. I'm done with all of you. Okay. This is probably going to be our last clip for, well, we might have one more, but this is probably our last clip for this show. It's already well over 2 hours. This is Jessica looking for the clarification about the Cliffs Angels.
You know what? Like, actually, now that you said, I wanted to clear up Cliffs Angels. I want to
Load. Okay, hold on 1 second.
know, like, if there are deals being made with people who are in alliances.
Well, how was I supposed to...
Okay, the word's alliances. The word is alliances. It's not if deals are being made in alliances. Like every single syllable gets put out. Oh my God, with her.
Well, I didn't know he was in an alliance until she just told me.
So, I'm just hurt because loyalty's just really big to me. And I feel like I've made that known to everybody. And
Yeah.
I just don't know how.
But that's a discussion for you guys and
Something
Cliff,
was-
not for us. We didn't know about Cliff's Angels. I made a deal to keep myself safe next week
That was what
from
I
Cliff.
I didn't include. I mean, you weren't in that discussion. It was between me
Yeah,
and
that's
Cliff.
what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Speaking that out, like I didn't know that he was in an alliance. I didn't
Who
know
couldn't
that
know?
Four were in an alliance. No one fucking told me until right now.
It was honestly just like a loyalty thing.
Well, that's
like I thought
fine.
that we had,
And
like I
that's
thought, I thought
cool.
we had each other's backs, and if that's
Well,
the sword
and
I
we-
die on, that so be it.
And we did.
No, Cliff, no, we didn't.
We did.
You had our back for a week.
We talked.
You had
about
our back
that.
when it was
It
convenient for you during
no.
Jess's HOH, and then as soon as it was not
So
Jess's
you're-
HOH, then you
you're-
abandoned us.
So you're saying Cliff's Angels, and let's go on record that I always said I hated that name, but you're saying Cliff's Angels just formed during Jessica's
No, it
HOH?
formed during your HOH, then you
That's
forgot
right.
about it because it's no longer
I didn't
convenient for
forget
you,
about it.
and then now all of a sudden when it's convenient, you brought it up again.
If-
and Cliff, I just don't
Hey,
play
Kat,
the game
if
that I make
for-
fake alliances.
You're saying I forgot about it. What did I do between my HOH and Jessica's HOH that suggests that
Probably
I forgot
made a
about
lot
it?
of deals that didn't include me.
It's not true.
Isn't it?
I made a deal this week in order to stay in the house.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I don't fault him for making a deal. I don't, but I don't know. Again, is sometimes it's the way that he goes about the things that he does. I mean, here's the problem. All right, here's just how we're gonna do this. We have so many more clips, but like I said, this is already over a 2-hour show. The live show is starting in like 45 minutes. So I think this is a great time for you guys. They're not going to show all of this on tonight's show. Clearly, there is no way that they can show all of this on tonight's show. So if you want to watch the clips, I suggest checking out the Live Feed Updaters Twitter account at BB21 Live Feeds. You can just click on the media tab. There's at least, there's a whole bunch of videos for all of these things. There's videos of the Kat Holly Christie talk where Jessica got upset. There's the Tommy and Nicole talk from this morning. There's a ton of videos you can check out on the Live Feed Updaters Twitter. Normally, I would take your guys' questions, but we don't have any more time. We don't have any more time. I say, will I continue more of this tomorrow? Provided we don't have massive drama from after tonight's HOH, we can kind of do a part 2 to this show tomorrow and what led up to whatever is going to happen tonight after the HOH. Because obviously, of course, if you don't know, we do these live feed update shows every day on TV Co. Big Brother isn't on CBS tonight because of football. That's not true. It is, well, sure, it's true it's not on CBS, but for most of us, it's playing on a different channel. So, like, for me, normally it would be on CBS Channel 2. Now, for me, tonight, it is on Channel 10, I believe. Or, I can't believe that anybody in here does not get the live feeds. Obviously, if you get the live feeds, you are subscribed to CBS All Access. You can watch the show on CBS All Access at 8 o'clock. So you have many ways to watch the show tonight at 8 o'clock. I mean, I'm sorry, at 9 o'clock. I'm sorry, at 9 o'clock in 50 minutes from now. Let's just say in 50 minutes from now. If you don't, I'm sure you can tweet it out or ask a friend and they'll be able to help you figure out how to watch it if you really don't know how. That being said, if you don't have the feeds or the ability to watch, you should get them from us, yourrealityrecaps.com/feeds, or become a live feed updater, yourrealityrecaps.com/updaters to watch for free. You can check out this show and all of our previous daily recap shows with house guests, and so much more over on our website, yourrealityrecaps.com/bb21. Find out not just our shows for this season, but all the previous seasons and other shows we cover as well, from Bravo to Amazing Race to Survivor, and it's all over there on our website. Click around, check it out. Of course, you can get the flashback times, the current standing of the house, It's all on the website. I don't need to let you guys know. You are watching on TV Co now, so make sure you follow us here before you leave so you're alerted every time that we go live. And follow us over on YouNow. Become a fan over there because we're also live over there every single day as well. And lastly, if you like this show, I want to help support, become a patron. YouRealityRecaps.com/patrons for access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways, weekly shows, of course, the after shows with the house guests as well will be over there. Or you can do a one-time donation at YourRealityRecaps.com/PayPal. Any Amazon shopping to do, use our Amazon link. Come hang out with us on Twitch if you're awake late night, not your thing. And follow us on Instagram. We appreciate it. Bye for now, everybody. I'll see you guys on YouNow after the show. So after the show, I'll go live quick on YouNow tonight, and we can discuss then. All right, everybody. See you guys all in a bit. And I'll be live tweeting the show. So live tweeting, then live on YouNow. See you guys all in a bit. Bye for now, everybody. Bye.